when you decided that you were, as you said, going to pull the trigger and murder Fabio, you had conversations with Austin about having him come back to Los Angeles, correct?
The conversation didn't happen. Yes, and yes.
Right?
Yes.
And he purchased a plane ticket in January 12th, to come to Los Angeles again, right? Fly out from Alaska.
I don't know the exact date, but whatever date it was.
Does it sound about right to you?
I'll take your word for it on this one.
Okay. And you had been having numerous conversations with him in the month of January, correct? Setting this up.
No.
You hadn't?
No.
How many times do you think you had conversations with Austin about the timing of when the murder was going to take place? How many?
I kind of made it a point not to talk about this thing over the phone. So I don't think we talked about it over the phone.
So, did you fly up there then and have the conversation in person?
No.
So, how then did the two of you arrange the time when he was going to come to Los Angeles, if not by phone?
I just told him to come to L.A.
Telepathy? Or how? If you didn't use the phone,
No telepathy.
and you didn't go there,
No telepathy.
so
Didn't go there.
how did you tell him?
When he arrived.
How did you get him to come in January to commit the crime if you hadn't discussed it?
I hadn't discussed the crime. I discussed him coming through L.A., coming to L.A.
Okay. And he knew what he was coming to LA for, right?
So staying on the second ground.
You told him why he was coming to Los Angeles, correct?
I didn't tell him exactly what was going to happen. No, but he probably figured it out on his own.
On his own, because it was the subject of conversation that you had with him while you were in Las Vegas, and he remembered it from several months past.
No, he probably figured out something was going to happen. He never know with me. I always have something going on.
Like a murder.
Well, for that particular case, he didn't know if that was going to happen for sure or not.
Would you agree that the two of you had some conversation prior to him purchasing his ticket on January 12th of 2017?
You mean some type of conversation at all?
Well, he had to have some.
I'm asking so I can understand your question.
There had to have been some conversation for him to purchase a ticket and fly to Los Angeles,
There
right?
was a communication.
No, I'm going to overrule that.
There was a communication for him to come to L.A.
And again, did you have conversation during that same time period that you were talking to Austin about coming to Los Angeles with Al Birdsong?
With Al, no, absolutely
didn't?
not. Not with Al, no.
How about with Monica?
No.
So, do you remember the dates between January 11th and January 13th where Austin purchased the ticket on the day in between January 12th?
I have no idea when he bought those tickets.
Showing you what's been marked previously as People's 243. Do you see on January 11th all of these communications back and forth between you and Monica, and then you and Austin? See that?
Yeah.
And then again, you and Monica, and you and Austin. See that?
Okay.
And then again, you and Monica. This is still just the 11th. See all these communications?
I do.
It's a lot of communications going back and forth between you and Monica at that time that Austin and you are talking, right?
always texting on Viber constantly.
Right.
That's nothing new.
This is January 11th, when it's been testified that there's a spike in communications between you and Austin, you and Monica, and you and Al.
Objection, that misstates the evidence.
It's overruled.
See all this? January 11th. See all this?
I do.
And then you and Austin have a conversation.
And that does happen.
And text.
That does happen. You do.
In the middle of all the conversations that you're having throughout the same time period with Monica, right?
That's argumentative.
Overruled.
We can see it right here in the record, right? Starts in the morning, goes through the afternoon, and then into the evening hours. 10 o'clock at night, right?
I'm going to object, Your Honor. There's no calls to Austin in any of those time periods.
It's overruled.
You see this right here?
I see it there.
Voice. That's called a call.
I'm talking about in the evening.
You see that?
I see it. But a lot of
It's
people.
an 8-minute phone call. See that?
That's what it says on the paper.
Let's talk about the next page. Again, do you see the conversations continuing between you and Monica? Yes?
I see it.
And then, January 12th, again, another conversation between you and Austin, this time for 40 minutes. See that?
I do see that.
The 12th is the day I'm going to show you in a minute where he purchased his ticket to come to Los Angeles. And then, as soon as that conversation ends, again, more communications on the 12th between you and Monica. You see that? All day long once again on the 12th. You see that?
We text a lot. You said 15,000. You said, so that's nothing new.
Looking at the top of page 3. Again, communications. Now Monica's calling you from her house phone. 13-minute conversation. See that?
I see it.
And then you have a 14-minute conversation right after that with Austin. See that?
I do.
And then more communications on the 12th. See all that?
I do.
Between you and Monica. Yes?
Me and Monica talk all the time.
Yep. And then here, line 102, another conversation, 15 minutes.
Maybe he booked a flight and wanted to tell me. I don't know.
Uh-huh. And then another one. You see that?
I see it.
And then you go back, as soon as you hang up, you're back talking to Monica again. See that?
I talk to Monica all the time. This is nothing new.
And then Monica calls you again from the house phone during this same period of time. You see that?
I see it on the paper.
And then right after that, you have another conversation with Austin for 15 minutes. You see that?
I see it on the paper.
And here again, back to the Viber messages between you and Monica on the 12th. Again going on the entire day. You see that?
Do this every day. This is nothing new.
Well, what's new this day is that you're in the process of planning Austin to come in to help you with this murder of Monica's husband, right?
That's my intention.
Right? And here we are again on the 12th. Like I said, going back and forth between you and Monica, right? Into the late afternoon and evening of the 12th, right? Pretty much the entire day, right? See that?
That's what it says on the paper.
And then right beneath, line 162, you have a 17-minute conversation with Birdsong. Right? And during that same conversation, you're still messaging with Monica. Right? While you're still on the phone with Birdsong. Right?
You're telling the story. I'm just listening to you.
You're not setting up the murder then, are you?
With them, no. With my head, yes.
date of January 12th. Again, now we're looking at close to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. See all these communications that are going on pretty much the entire afternoon now. 5 o'clock, the entire evening, right? See that?
Yes, I see it.
And now, again, line 162, another conversation between you and Birdsong, over 17 minutes in length. Do you see that?
That's what it says.
And at the same time, you're messaging back and forth with Monica, right?
That's what it says.
And on page 5, again, continuing on January 12th, late afternoon into the evening hours. Now we're looking in the 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour. All the way to midnight, right? And through the early morning hours into the 13th, right? 11 minutes after midnight, so that would be now the 13th, right?
That's what it says.
Page 6. Again, just after midnight, back and forth with Monica, and then 4 in the morning, California time, a text between you and Austin, and then starting at 7:24 again, picking up between you and Monica again. See? Yes?
That's what it
Is
says.
this starting to refresh your recollection as to what would have been so critical during this 3-day period?
It's argument.
Overruled.
Not really.
Okay. And then again, line 222, a text message with Austin, 1:16 in the afternoon, and again, all afternoon back and forth with Monica, and then you have a call with her for 15 minutes. See that?
That's what it says.
3:15, and then back to Vibering, page 7, all afternoon again between you and Monica. See that? Till the evening again. Yes?
That's what it says.
Bless you. Page 8. The evening hours on the 13th, just before 7 o'clock. All the way again to 11 o'clock at night, every minute. Again, page 9, calls right up until midnight, back and forth between you and Monica, right? Correct?
That's what it says.
Page 10, continuing on. The last page, page 11. Continuously until midnight on the 13th. See that?
That's what it says.
Showing you what's been marked previously as People's 183, which is on a DVD. Recognize this as your name and your address where you were living at the time?
I do.
A transaction from your Chase account on January 12th. Again, the same day that Austin buys his airline ticket, you transfer money from one account, right, into your checking account for $380, and on that same day, January 12th, Austin removes a portion of that money. You deposit $380, he removes $303 while he's in Anchorage, right? From your ATM.
That's what
right?
that's what it says.
So clearly, it would indicate you're talking about this trip, correct?
No.
Okay. Looking at Exhibit 183. See here, you have a negative balance in this account. See that?
I do.
And then a bunch of purchases, like we talked about before, Chocho-san. Right? We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah. How do I got a negative account still purchasing? I don't get it.
This is your statement from December 9th of 2016 through January 10th of 2017. See that?
I do. That's what it says.
Here's the next page. This is a statement from January 11th of 2017 to February 8th of 2017. So your balance negative $140 here, right? Page 3 of 183. This one's February 9th of 2017 to March 8th of 2017. You've got about $44, it looks like, in your account, right? Right?
That's what it says.
And then showing you people's 258, Christopher Austin's credit union account. If we look down here, for the date of January 12th, a ticket for $179.30. See that? On January 12th?
That's what it says.
Does that remind you what all of these back and forth conversations would have been between you and Austin, you and Birdsong, and you and Monica during that time period when you're moving money around and Austin is withdrawing money for his plane ticket that he purchases on January 12th to come to LA?
If you're trying to say that everybody was conspiring, no, it's not true.
Okay. So how did you know during the time that you're having Austin come down when he's buying his ticket on January 12th, where Fabio Sementilli would be at the end of the month so that you could kill him?
I wouldn't know exactly. I wouldn't know. I can't remember why yet. I know he was in L.A. He was in L.A. That's all I do remember.
Well, this is weeks before.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's what we just looked at.
Objection, Your Honor. Those were days before, not weeks before.
It's overruled.
January 12th is approximately 2 weeks before January 23rd.
Okay.
Weeks before.
All right.
How did you know where Fabio Sementilli would be 2 weeks out?
I had no idea.
Okay. You were going to need some inside information in order to figure that out, right?
If I was to actually do it like that, I would. But
But you did, right?
the only way I could know that, it's not inside. It's just probably general information. Through
So
conversation.
from general information, you knew that Fabio Sementilli would be in town 2 weeks out.
Most likely, he was probably in town.
Well, you had to have known that before you went through this whole back and forth in order to get Austin to come out and buy his plane ticket.
I probably picked up on the information. Probably.
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 And do you remember also telling Austin that you knew that Fabio Sementilli was going to be on a trip at the end of January, and so you had to get it done before he left? Do you remember that conversation with Austin?
No, I don't.
So if Austin said you told him about this trip coming up at the end of January that Fabio was going to be traveling on for business, he would have just been lucky in making a guess or a coincidence, or how would that have come about?
I have no idea.
So if his source of information wasn't you, where would he have gotten such information?
I have no idea.
So maybe you're saying just a lucky guess?
I don't. I'm not even going to say it's a guess. I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, he testified that you told him you had to get it done in January because Fabio was leaving the end of the month. And you say, you're telling this jury you didn't tell him anything about that.
If I knew he was leaving at the end of the month somewhere, honestly, I would have postponed it.
You would have postponed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said Monica always told you when Fabio was traveling, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when you guys would get together, right?
Yeah.
Showing you People's 261, showing a reservation for Fabio Sementilli leaving Saturday, January 28th from LA to Boston. See that?
Yeah. There's no way for him to know that.
For who?
Austin.
Right.
Yeah.
Except through you.
There was no reason for me to tell him this.
Well, you were getting him to come out
Yeah, but
to kill Fabio.
I didn't even
so
know
obviously
that.
there was a reason, right?
I didn't even know that.
You didn't know it.
On the end of the month thing, I don't remember that. I would have postponed this thing.
Okay.